Hey, Grand Rising and right blessings to all of my petal patrons. Welcome to a fabulous freaking Friday. It is April 4th, 2025. It's the 4-4 portal, and it happens to be on an 8 numerological energy value and frequency day. So the day of the month and the reduction of the year is the energy value of the day. So we're going to talk about the 4 energy on its own. Oh, and they asked me to sort of give like a visual representation. If you're familiar with tarot, and of course if you're on my channel, you probably are. This is the 4 of Wands. This is the energy of stability. It's often called the 1111 card because of the amount of blessings that shows up with at least the energy of physical manifestation and how it is that you're anchoring in for stability purposes, right? So you have that energy. The 4 energy, even without that, has everything to do with requesting support from your personal teams in helping you to make manifest what it is that you're speaking about in the physical. So your teams are here to assist you at that. Also with divine healing and other types of blessings that you can receive. So you already have that twice, okay? AKA the portal. And with it being on the portal, the 8 energy, the infinity sign, if you want to think about it that way, being ever casting energy in and out of what it is that you are working through, is an activation portal. So this is a big one. And this is one of those things on the 8 universal energy where it's asking you to be in your particular version of leadership, right? Put your mask on before you try to go and assist other people. And that could be for lots of different reasons, but it has that requirement of extreme self-discipline for yourself because you are worthy. Not that your family, your kids, the cousins, the uncles, the whatever, but you are important enough on your own. So if you're manifesting today, and if you're not doing it, I'm going to look at you cockeyed a little bit, but today's energy is about what you really want as a person. And I always remind a lot of my petal patrons, you were an individual person before you became a parent, or you became somebody else that took a job or started a business or any of those other different types of things. So do what you want with your own personal energy on this particular day. What is it that you would like to be able to achieve? Not only that, but we have some of the best astrology I have seen in a little bit of time that helps to support that. So I'm going to go ahead and jump directly into the chart, and we're going to talk about why this is such a sexy event day. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's move my big hair out of the way. There we go. That's an easy way for you guys to be able to see it. Okay. Technically today we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main transits that are taking place. And they're split between dark early, they already happened. 2 that are going to come up within the next 5 hours, and then the rest are later on in the evening. Here we go. So this morning what we experienced was this quincunx that you can see. That's the yellow line that is going between the moon in Cancer, which is its own little home zone here. Remember, Cancer rules the natural 4th house, which is your physical home, your environment. Okay, so got a lot of blessings on that energy. And it had a quincunx with Pluto, which is about trying to change and transform something. Okay, so that was dark early. What we're going to experience though at about lunchtime is going to be the energy of Papa Saturn having a sextile. There's a lot of sextiles. There's more sextiles and conjunctions that are still obviously going on in all of the transits that are taking place. Okay, so these are opportunities for some beautiful things to be going on today. So anyways, Papa Saturn, okay, which looks like the number 5 right here, hanging out in Pisces, is having a sextile with the Uranus, which is in Taurus. So the Uranus in Taurus is about radical change, right? It's the ruler of Aquarius. It's about radical adjustments and shifts. Now, those radical things don't have to be negative. So if you're calling something in a positive perspective, yes, it can radically shift the way that things are being done, but it's super good. So Papa Saturn is going to go, yeah, okay, you did your homework. Let's go do this and have some fun with that. So we've got that going on. Then at 7 o'clock p.m., we're going to have Mars have a sextile with that Uranus in Taurus. And so that's the energy of speed. So that aggressive energy of speed, that Mars energy that we want, is going to come in and help change some things that we've got going on. Now, Taurus right here, especially on this chart, is represented as the 12 houses of surprises. It is what you don't know, you don't know. So it doesn't have to be a negative surprise, but there's some energy around some unforeseen or unknown things. So when you've got an activation day, especially if you're speaking to your team, you can call that frequency in for the positive things that you want to be able to experience. You have control of that whole process. So we've got that going on. Then when we get to the 9 o'clock hour, that same Mars energy is going to have a trine. That's a perfect harmony with Papa Saturn. So whatever it is that you're doing here aggressively gets a little bit more activated with Saturn, who is responsible for discipline, structures, responsibilities, achievements, especially for our Capricorn, thinking about the natural element of the 10th house of achievements, which usually is work, but it also is different projects. It does have some karmic energy involved, but it also, you know, the older energy of Chronos being time. So there is an opportunity for it to activate and speed some things up for you if you want to think about it that way. And then the very last transit that we're going to experience today is going to be where the sun and the moon are actually going to have a square, and that takes place at about I think it's 10. I think it's like 10 and some change later on this evening. So at the end of the day, what it boils down to, all of these harmonious sextiles are coming in and taking place, and we still have positive trines going on within the conjunction of Mama Venus being back up into Neptune and Pisces, her home zone of, yay, I love being here. So there's positive conversations that are taking place, not only there, but within the North Node and Mercury, even though it's in retrograde. This is good, you guys. So this is one of those days where you really want to bring it down. And rather than going into each of the different astrological signs today, what I will say is, if there is something that you need and you need to have expedited energy release, I could do some release energy and some receive energy today. Anything that is holding you back from an emotional component, ask the universe to assist you with transferring that out so that you can ground in the frequency of the activations that you are automatically going to receive, plus anything else that you're putting on top of that. If you need a little bit of Mo and Joe reconnected as far as your actions or your activities, trust the universe is going to already try to push you. But if you are agreeing, I really want to be in charge of this situation that you're calling in, the universe will give you that. If you need more clarity in a situation, then the universe is apt to give you that. If you are looking for an ease and grace energy of shift or change, then ask for that, because I'm telling you, so many different things are about ready to shift, as they already have been, and commitments on things, especially with Saturn and Taurus. What is it that you're committing to, and making sure that you're making commitments to the appropriate energy that aligns with you, okay? Because that sort of covers the gamut. Most of us are in this big transition energy, and it's just a matter of sort of keeping yourself as motivated as you possibly can while you watch other things go on around you. But getting back to the 8 universal energy, you and your vessel, okay, regardless of what it is that you do for your day-to-day job or whatever spiritual assignment you have or whatever the case may be, is yours and yours alone. So make sure that you are filling up your cup today with everything that you can ask for. And yes, you will need to ground that energy, so be careful what it is that you ask for. And if you are familiar with activations and energy work, then make sure you give yourself time to ground that energy down. Drink plenty of water. Make sure you're eating vibrational foods that fit your narrative, and then push that extra energy out today with some sort of physical something. Walk, swim, yoga. I don't care what it is that you do. Do some jumping jacks in your house if you need to, but let go of all of the different deceits and understand that whatever is leaving you has some positive benefits coming in, again, to fill your cup. So ask for what it is you need, and then be self-disciplined enough to do the work that you've asked for. So if you ask for $1 million, do you know what you're going to do with that million? Do you have it planned out? If all you need is a vacation, do you have the phone calls made? Do you have the destination in play? Regardless of wherever it is for you, I always wish that you receive everything you need, want, desire, and find the beauty